Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Pulse Podcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins, and we've got some special guests in the studio with us as, who's that guy down at the end?
That's special, all right.
Who's that guy?
You know,
Special, all right.
it's actually Connor Roush.
Where's the lettuce?
The lettuce is gone.
Where's the lettuce?
Yes.
What happened? Now it's all business.
We are all business.
All
now.
business.
It's all in the
No
details
party
for
in the
Connor
back.
Roush.
Yeah.
The applause. Thanks, Greg.
He's got to keep it in the details, you know?
Yes.
All the details.
Now we're getting.
So welcome back, Connor. It's been a while.
Yes, it has.
You're off training for fighting fires.
Oh yeah,
right?
it's been crazy lately.
Nice.
Yeah, people are wild.
Yeah, well, yeah, people are wild.
People are
Just
wild.
burning
People are
stuff
wild.
down.
Exactly, dude.
Pookie, I'm going to burn this mother down.
Crash and burn.
And then we also have Zach Dillon here as well.
Chilling.
Chilling with Zach Dillon here
Chilling
in
with
Studio
Dylan.
Square.
Well, I don't.
How
I
many
know
fires
how
many fires have you fought, Zach?
Well, a couple, but that's just hand-to-hand combat.
Oh my gosh.
Fisticuffs.
Connor's like,
I don't deal with all these hoses like this guy has. Big
Hey, there's
hose
only
guy over
certain
here.
ones that are cut out for it. So
Of course, we have to give the credit to Greg Kinn on the ones and twos, the wizard, keeping us live and coming up with all the cool stuff.
back here putting out fires.
Yes, putting out fires.
Climbing mountains, putting out
Hey,
fires.
we used to put out fires. We don't put out fires so much anymore.
Hey, amen.
what?
Less fires these days.
Amen.
Fire burning on the
I
dance
have
floor or
noticed
something?
since like football season, high school football, we have really got everything under wraps, and that is a credit to you guys, Greg.
I appreciate
Nate.
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Greg's
been-
killing it, man.
It is Tommy working on graphics and stuff. Like it has been so nice to finally be like, all right. Like as the dude who's gonna be directing games and calling games at the same time, it's so nice to just not have to worry about stuff.
Yes.
And
Things work.
New things are getting added every week,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
You
Not
came
to-
in today and noticed the new arm
Exactly.
for the mic stand.
Not to toot your own horn or toot the company's own horn.
Hey, we're just reinvesting, and that's that's the only way we're going to grow this thing.
Yes.
That's really. I started out with the idea of I'm not going to try to make any money off of this thing until it's able to make money itself. And right now, it's just we need to keep investing in things, and there's some things that we need to keep an eye on for the future. So that's just how we like to run things, and let's just keep doing things the way we like to do it, and let's just keep moving forward.
Eventually, the plan is to buy the Big Ten network. So
Zach may not want to toot our horn, but I will.
That's right.
and the value of this company just dropped by half.
Doubled exponentially.
Great things come in a timely manner.
That's
So
right.
And in
it's-
small
Absolutely.
packages. So you got that covered.
Great things also come in Ohio State packages as we get some Ballreich chips to talk about here. We've got 4 different flavors tonight to sample.
Oh yeah.
As
I swear they don't look like that. It's just the green screen effect on the camera.
Say, I'm gonna get my favorite flavor. We'll put it.
what do you got there? What's your favorite?
Well, we don't know what my favorite is yet because
Oh.
we got to taste it. This is what I presume is my favorite flavor.
All right, so you're taking guesses at what's your favorite flavor. So we do have 4 different flavors to sample here. Original Ballreich's flavor, which they've included kettle. It's like a kettle variety instead of the traditional Marcelled. And then the Marcelled chips are available in flavors. So you have the jalapeno popper, which is it's a Heart of Ohio Sports favorite. I think everybody has been in agreement that one is a very solid flavor. And then you have cheddar slider, I believe.
Yep.
Right? Cheddar slider and buffalo ranch. So we have 4 different flavors here. We're going to sample each one of them. And then each one of us is going to give our own personal rankings for them. So it doesn't have any effect on your purchase or anything like that. We just want to give our personal opinion. I think that's the best way to do it. I thought about doing like a blindfold taste test to see if we could guess which flavors were which, but man, they're so on. You're going to get each one of them right. There's no doubt.
I don't even have to taste the jalapeno popper ones. I just smell them and I'm like, oh, yep, I know what that is.
Yep. And there's no doubt about which one's which. So it would be kind of like, all right, everybody's going to get these 100%. So we're just going to try them. We're going to sample them. We're going to rank them. No grade, just rank them in order 1 through 4. And as far as I'm concerned, they're all 4 really good. So we'll get to that in just a little bit. But guys, let's talk about NFL because we're here watching Monday Night Football right now. Kyler Murray
Looks like
just
he's
went
on,
out with what looks like a potential
ACL.
major injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on Call of Duty duty now.
Yeah. So,
Zach, you needed a big night from him tonight.
well, I'm just in a weird predicament because fantasy, that's what we're going to talk about first, I guess.
Dive right in.
Dive right in. So, Evan Ingram was not on my team. Evan Ingram put up 162 yards, 2 touchdowns, and like 12 catches. Put up a career game. He's a bum, but man, he do good. So he put up like 35 points. Everybody else on my team did not do that. So tonight, I needed 37 points from Kyler, Nick Folk, the Patriots kicker, and here's the curveball, the Patriots defense. So I needed Kyler to do really well and everybody else on that offense to suck. That didn't happen. So now I am in full Patriots mode. Colt McCoy is in. We're watching the game live. Colt McCoy really has given, I guess, what is the best chance for the Patriots defense to do really good. So, at least Kyler can't go negative.
For all
Like the defense
this,
could've.
third play in the game.
Oh, yeah. Third play in the game. He just 100% no contact injury, just went down in a heap. It was pretty brutal to watch.
Yeah,
It was.
So,
you could tell it was definitely some kind of a. Usually, when it's non-contact like that,
It's ACL or MCL.
Yeah, it's some kind of a knee injury.
well, even MCL, I don't know. As someone who has MCL, ACL, meniscus in a game, in a college game,
All 3.
all 3.
Man,
Not fun.
now was that non-contact? Did that happen? In
No. Oh, I have a video. We should
that
send
needs
that
to be
Greg.
airdropped to Greg.
We could probably figure that out.
We
But-
need to see this video.
Yeah, we'll see. It's pretty. It's a pretty short video.
Is it gnarly?
It's not great.
It's not great.
Right.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, I do have a question here.
Okay.
For all of us here in the studio, and then anybody watching live, I need help picking my next starting quarterback. I know this is not the fantasy podcast that Steyer and Joey do, but I think, man, I'm in a tough spot right now. So here are my options.
Okay.
First, my backup is Derek Carr. It's my
Okay,
backup quarterback.
all
He's been on
right.
my roster all season.
All right.
He just had a horrible game, two interceptions, like 150 yards, just no bueno. In free agency, I have Trevor Lawrence is the top option. He just put up
Okay.
33 points in fantasy.
Yep.
He had a really good game.
Great game. He started on my roster. I think I started him week 1. He put up 30 points or something, and then I cut him. It was a different league, but that's how it went. Yeah. Ryan Tannehill,
Nope.
Russell Wilson,
Nope.
Mac Jones.
Well, Russ is probably out for the next game
That's,
with a
that's what it's
concussion.
looking
So.
like. Yep.
Well,
Mac Jones, nope.
Mac Jones. Brock Purdy,
Purdy. He had a pretty good game.
Kenny Pickett,
Pretty decent.
and Mike White are the only ones that I would consider. Because Sam Darnold, no. Davis Mills, no. Wolford, no. Baker Mayfield, probably not. But
Did risk it on Trevor
That's
Lawrence.
on topics. We're going to talk about Baker, touchdown Baker.
so
But
of
out of those
options,
guys, out of those options,
let's say Carr, Lawrence, Tannehill,
I would say Trevor Lawrence. That's your best option.
maybe Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, it's the homer in you.
I've got
You're right.
That's the homer
It
in
is. But also, wouldn't that be something if I win my fantasy championship with rookie Kenny Pickett at the helm?
Yeah.
That just feels good.
I guess Kenny Pickett win something then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, my fantasy.
Yeah. Well,
high pitch.
you know who's not winning anything?
Who?
Mitch Trubisky. God damn, does that guy suck. That guy is not good.
Like, I love that, like, before I even knew Kenny was out of that game, I seen people already pissed at Mitch.
Yes,
already.
Aaron.
Mitch.
Oh, that's
Like right away.
All
Like,
30
screw
seconds.
Mitch.
Yep. Well, because Mitch Trubisky came in, Kenny Pickett was doing really well, and then he was like WWE suplexed into the ground
Ooh.
on top of his head. He had a
Yes.
concussion. So Mitch Trubisky comes in, and he starts airing out the ball, which is kind of exciting, I guess, because that's something the Steelers haven't had since like 2018, Big Ben. And he's throwing, 65-yard passes down the field to the other team. He comes in and throws 3 interceptions. Not a
And
good game.
Weren't a couple of them in the red zone?
Yeah, and that's the biggest part. Most of them were in the red zone. Kenny Trubisky in 3 quarters put up, 3 interceptions,
Probably about 10 points.
9 points,
Yeah.
275 yards,
Okay.
and a touchdown, and 3 picks.
Yeah.
Not good. So I'm in a predicament.
All right. So I would say Trevor Lawrence would be my pick out of all of those options. Realistically, the Jags have a pretty decent schedule over the next couple of weeks.
Austin just
So-
brought it up. Trevor's next matchups are the Jets, which is not favorable, and the Texans, which is favorable, but they've been playing a little
Their
better.
defense
recently,
actually played a pretty good game yesterday.
Yeah.
I started them in FanDuel, and they got me 7 points when they were projected to get 3. So
Speaking of, Mr. FanDuel Daily Fantasy Champion over here, Nate Mullins. I'm not even in
that's
that league.
2. That's 2. And I even had a goose egg from Tyler Boyd yesterday. Went out with a hand injury on the first play of the game.
yeah.
And still ended up scoring 140 points. It was pretty nice. It was nice.
It's crazy.
But no, I do have a few things I want to talk about today.
Zach, were you sending me that video?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'll
He got sidetracked.
sorry.
He got into fantasy football. He's like, oh, yeah, fantasy, yeah.
Fantasy's more important than the end of my
turn
playing
mine.
career.
While you're
Wake
while
up.
you're sending that video, let's talk about Baker. Let's talk about that Thursday night football game. That's the last time I was on a podcast. Greggy, you and I sat here and watched that. That was must-see TV, man. We were glued to our seats.
Yeah.
We couldn't leave.
Like
What-
the game wasn't over. It was getting close. We basically had packed up, put our coats on and stuff, and then we were just like, oh, wait a minute. We can't go anywhere.
Yeah. I wanted to leave, but it was like, all right, well, shit. They punted. Now they're going to get the ball back. Oh, it's down at the 2-yard line. And I was about to be like, that's it. We pack it up. Like, let's go. And I was just getting ready to leave. And he starts completing a couple passes, and then they get a couple penalties. They start moving the ball downfield. Next thing you know, he hits that touchdown pass. Man, I'm cheering for Baker Mayfield. Anyway, Baker, let's go, Baker. Yeah, I'll admit. I was cheering for him.
Baker, touchdown maker. That's
I
what he's
mean,
saying.
he's
Oh,
back into the underdog role. Like, he's back into that role that suits him best. Can I just say that? Because when you think about it, like, this is where he thrives. This is where he won the Heisman. I mean, when everybody counted him out against, when he left Texas Tech, walk on at Oklahoma, earn the Heisman Trophy. Everybody counted him out after that. There's no way he's going to be the number 1 pick. Ends up being the number 1 pick. But then since then, he's been in an unfamiliar situation where he's the guy, and he's got everybody looking at him as like the guy. And he got a little cocky. He got a little confident. And I feel like now he's back into that familiar role where he's the underdog. And I think he's in a very, very friendly offense for his
don't
skill
play
set.
that video yet, Greg. I want everybody's first reaction to be with the audience.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it was playing, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I have always liked Baker Mayfield. Mm-hmm. I have, and I have always liked him more than Browns fans. I have never seen a more upset crowd of Browns fans than that night when Baker went off for 98 yards and won the game. it was everybody loses his mind, cursing him out, being like, this guy sucks. Dude, I hate him.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody hates Baker Mayfield. And I think that's because the expectations were so high coming in.
Yeah.
He's still a top 3 quarterback in Browns franchise history.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he did not get treated as such. Now, it's not a very high bar, sure. But he didn't get treated like Baker Mayfield brought that team out of the absolute dumpster and into playoff conversation. Or what should have been, like, on paper, every year was like, Browns are going to run the AFC North. It's going to be the Browns and the Ravens. Like,
because he was essentially a placeholder, though. He was like, he's going to get you by. He's gonna be able to, as long as he doesn't make too many mistakes, he should be able to get you to the playoffs.
you don't waste a.
But was he
number
ever
one pick,
an
right?
elite quarterback while he was there? Was he ever
No.
in the conversation of being an elite quarterback?
No, that's not what I'm saying, though. But I'm saying, like, the
Because that's what
expectation
the
was so
number
high.
one overall pick status comes with.
Correct. And
And that's what Trevor Lawrence is dealing with right now. Because he's not really an elite quarterback, but he's good.
yeah, there's a lot of. I don't know if there's excuses made for Trevor Lawrence, rightly or wrongly. Like, there's a lot of like, all right, he plays on the Jaguars. Like, they're
Well, I mean,
they're,
Baker got that excuse for, he plays on the Browns, you know what
that's,
I mean?
that's a good point. But then the Browns got good around him,
This is
or
true.
on paper, right?
Yeah, they built a nice roster on paper. There we go. Mac Jones giving away picks.
And now is where the defense comes in with the stand, and now the
Austin says, I love the guy. His I don't give a fuck attitude and him
Exactly.
headbutting teammates cracks me up.
exactly.
I
Like,
don't-
I've
the-
always liked
the
the
headbutting
swag and the like.
Did you like him grabbing his crotch? Ah!
Yeah, I did.
Did ya?
Planting the flag on the,
Oh, yeah.
on the field at
Oh,
halftime.
yeah.
Like he was a fun player to watch. And like his rookie year, he had that same kind of like attitude. Is like, all right, everybody thought the Browns are different now with him.
Yeah.
And that happened for a while.
Yeah.
And then Browns fans just turned on him because he was a mediocre, middle of the road quarterback. He wasn't going to win you games. He wasn't going to lose you games most of the time. So that when the expectation was so bad, people hate him more than they should.
I just really think people underestimate how much the Browns have to literally overcome in order to win football games. Because it's not like every football team where they can just go out and execute and win. Because they go out and execute and they still lose. Like they'll go out and execute and get penalties called on them for plays where they execute. And there's one guy who makes a boneheaded ass play. Like, oh my God, defense comes up with a stop in that game, 4th and 14, and they rough the damn punter. Like, you can't make this shit up. Like, I can't write these. I really can't write these stories sometimes because they just write themselves with the Browns. It's like Murphy's Law with this team. Anything that can happen will happen. And so that's why I feel like every quarterback that comes here is doomed. Every head coach that comes here is doomed because you're always fighting an uphill battle. I still am one of those fans that still believes in my heart of hearts that the referees will always hold it against the Browns for Bottlegate. And they will never let the Browns live that down. And so there are still old referees in the NFL who, when they call a game for the Browns, I'm like, oh, it's a Jerome Boger game. Here we go.
How many refs are still in the league from that?
Jerome Boger's one of them. He was in the league during that time. I'll tell you that much. He knew because he's one of those guys that every time he calls a game with the Browns, if the game is teetering, there's a lot of penalties being called. But as soon as the game starts teetering one way or the other, then they start eating their flag. And I feel like referees, for whatever reason, especially in the early part of that game, God, good Lord. They have like 7 penalties in the second quarter.
It was unreal. Yeah, I think.
Jeez.
I think I said
there
to
was
you
one
guys,
drive where they had
they were at-
78 yards of penalty yardage.
I think when the second quarter started, I think they had 6 penalties for 78 yards up to that point. Yeah, at
of
the
course-
start of the second quarter.
And now, of course, that's not the Browns' fault or coaching. That's just bad calls.
I mean,
It
did you
is.
watch it?
It is bad.
No, I didn't.
It is
I
bad
didn't see
coaching,
this
but
game
it's
was on.
also bad calls. there's a combination thing going on here. It's not just one or the other. I can't say that it's all bad calls because there's a few of them for sure. Every game, there's at least 3 or 4 bad calls every game that go against the Browns. But there are also 4 or 5 boneheaded ass plays that this team makes every week where you're like, what in the hell were they even thinking? Like, what was this guy thinking? For real.
Eric just commented and said, hold up. Where's Connor's mullet?
Yeah.
That's
The
hilarious.
lettuce. He said, hold the lettuce tonight.
There you go, Eric.
You guys want to try to look at this video here?
There you go.
Yes.
I'll walk you through it.
So I'm going to show it here, and then we're going to pause it real quick so that way I can position it on the screen.
Okay.
Austin says, can we bring that DX video back again, Greg?
DK, not DX.
Oh, it's DX.
Is it DX?
Yeah, it's the X.
The Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I understand. All right.
All right, so here's the video.
Sure. So in this position, I am playing right guard. So I'm kind of right there in the center of the screen with the wide stance and the white uniform. Right here. This is me.
Nice.
Look at me. Right here. It's gonna be a pass play, and our protection is like a not roll out to the right, but my priority is to do inside out. We're all going right.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right. Ooh, I'll move that over and get a little bit here.
So what happens here is I'm going I do everything right. I'm past that and
I do everything right.
I do. I know. So here's the problem. So
Well, Zach, when would you ever do anything wrong?
exactly.
I mean, come on.
So
Slow
all
it
right.
down
So I'm past that. I'm going my right way. I turn the center. The center pancakes his nose guard is Bobby Logan, who is the starting center at Heidelberg still. He drives this guy down into my left knee right here, and then that knee just
Yeah, like
the
just
camera
clipped,
guy was like, nope. The camera guy was like, nope.
yeah, like just clipped your leg enough to just push it right in the right way and pop that.
oh
Like,
yeah. So
That's
that was
awful.
a partial ACL MCL
Ouch.
meniscus tears
Ouch.
surgery.
And then he went the classic route where now he's behind the microphone,
Exactly.
talking about his glory days.
Just call me Chris Collinsworth.
And drinking with your coaches.
That's the old Tommy Hall route right there.
Is it?
I mean, when you're done, you get behind a microphone, right?
Greg, one of the funniest things Tommy Hall has ever said happened at the basketball game that we did last week. You remember what it was, Greg?
Which thing? He's always saying something ridiculous.
Yeah, it was. He goes, you know that. So there's this basketball player for.
I know what you're gonna say.
What team did he play for? Was it the Warriors?
I think he was on. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So there's a basketball player. He's really good, 6'6" kid from the Mohawk Warriors. And he just finished like shooting a 3 from the half court line, like right in some dude's face. A really impressive play. And Tommy goes, that guy reminds me a lot of me growing up. And I go, yeah? What's that? And he goes, I was that age once. And then later he's like, I didn't expect you to say anything about it.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't even know he was gonna ask me.
he's like,
You're like, oh yeah, how so?
he's like,
my
Nate lets me get by with all that stuff.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it's good.
They're down in 6.
Beautiful
What's
throw.
happening out there? Huh?
So yeah, that is the
R.I.P.
beginning of the end for the football career of Zach Dillon.
That was nasty.
Yeah,
Let me just
yeah,
say
yeah.
that. That was
that's
nasty.
pretty
The
brutal.
worst part about it was kind of the end. It was is the process in which that came after, because it was like the one of the trainers. I don't believe he's with Heidelberg anymore, but he was kind of. He's like, all right, I think it's probably just an MCL sprain. It'll get better. We'll monitor it week to week. It's fine, right? It was kind of bruised, but it didn't look horrible, and it just kind of never got better. And he was like, yeah, you're going to be out a week or 2 with a sprained MCL. And it just never got better. And soon I'm going to U of M for a second opinion in January to get the MRI done. And they said, oh, yeah, this is all torn up. And I should have had surgery, right when it happened, pretty much.
Oh,
And then that's how it goes.
that's how it goes.
And then
So you're all 100% healed now, then, or He's like,
I mean, I still wake up and the knee hurts, but it's
well,
you know,
that's going to be a thing forever.
exactly. Especially being like a big playing offensive line for that long.
Yeah.
And being a big kid like I was, being a big guy like I am now, lifting weights too.
Does that?
still.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Does that have any limitations for you lifting weights? Like,
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of confidence problems. Like
yeah,
squat,
for sure.
My squat used to be good in high school, and it was okay in college, and I was proud of it. I can't squat what I used to,
Yeah.
and a lot of that is probably just mental because I don't want to put all that pressure on my knee, and I don't know. There is that to a degree for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe some of it's just I need to get over it, which is probably true too. But
I mean, I completely understand where you're coming from with that when it comes to like the confidence thing. It's completely understandable. What do we got? What do we got going on here, Greg? What are we pulling up here?
Nothing.
Wizard.
Don't you worry about that.
I'm gonna hide.
Wizard.
Don't worry.
Yeah, wizard.
Nothing at all.
This is the
Nothing
biggest
at all.
problem. This is the biggest problem with having a monitor in here. So we have a monitor so we can see what the audience sees, what you guys see. But the problem is we also see all this setup. So all of Greg's like little secrets and jokes go broadcasting.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we're gonna show
secrets.
you the monitor.
The secrets, yes.
Well, this is gonna be like this is like an Inception, right? Because it's showing the monitor, showing the monitor, showing the monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes on forever.
Move the mouse around, moving around.
All right, you want to taste?
So, yeah, let's talk. Let's taste these chips before they get stale. They've been sitting out for a while. Let's
That's what
get
I was
down.
gonna
Let's get into these stale. And
Let's get into these stale chips. He just well said.
I was pretty close. Damn it, Greg. Let's get into these. These are honestly, I've had all four of these flavors, and I will say that they're all delicious. Every single one of them. This is going to be hard for me to rank them in order.
This is gonna be new for me.
Yeah.
I've
You're in for a
not
treat,
had
buddy.
one yet.
Not had one yet. Well, Connor, then you should start first, huh?
The biggest problem for me, right, is I have to fight with my love for Ballreichs and the company and their delicious potato chips and the Buckeye on the front.
And you don't
of
like
Ohio
the,
State, dude.
yeah.
You don't like the nut on the front?
nut on the front. No, I don't.
Nut on the
What's his name? Bucky? Brutus?
Bucky. Oh my
Bucky.
god. Oh my
We're not
god.
fucking deer
Bucky.
here.
Dude, hold on. So my sister's ex-husband was deaf, and he always called him Bucky the Buckeye. Dude, that's so funny that he just called him Bucky. He's like, Bucky!
Brutus is his name?
Yes.
Bucky the Buckeye!
Brutus is Bucky.
Bucky the Buckeye.
Bucky the Buckeye. All right, so Connor, OG, let's try this one first. This is the original flavor here.
All right.
Give that one a sample. Ample.
Ooh, I got
Greggy, you got to get some samples going on in there too. I think you should just get all the bags.
Nom, nom, nom.
All right.
Huh?
I just said, nom, nom, nom.
Well, Greggy, you can't really say, you don't like the spicy ones.
Too spicy for Greggy.
Here, I'm just going to give you all the bags.
Yeah, yeah.
You know that is unique in a kettle version.
I think so.
Oh, the originals?
Yep.
Like the flat
Really
ones?
good.
I totally haven't already smashed an entire bag of those, so.
Oh my god.
Now let's move
All
on
right.
to the jalapeno popper,
All right.
which is phenomenal because they're like, they taste like jalapenos. They're not spicy though.
All right, I'm going to try it since you guys keep saying that. Man, it sure does
Oh my
smell
God.
hot, though.
The flavor in
Austin
that.
says, I feel you, Zach. I refuse to buy them just for the Ohio State design.
Go blue.
All right.
Which you said the line
Well,
moved
out
down.
of the two, the jalapeno popper is on top of the original.
Jalapeno popper. Greg, did you try that one or you just licked it, right?
I'm currently trying it.
Oh my. Oh my god. That is good.
Buffalo Ranch. Now these are a little hotter.
It's actually pretty good, man. That popper one?
We'll go with.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I like the jalapeno popper.
It's totally not as hot as it smells at all by any means.
Right.
That's what I told. Now the Buffalo
Which
Ranch
one
ones
is
are a
this
little
one?
hotter.
I like the Buffalo Ranch.
I like
These are
them too.
probably, yeah. This is. Yeah. I like that.
Tyler's already back on the field. Or on the
What?
not on the field, but on the sideline.
Wow. Oh my God. It's a bit hot.
All right, and now we're going with the.
Really?
Yeah. To me, that is. I don't do.
That one's got a little bit more
I don't
kick.
do spicy. That I got a good kick on
That makes me
one.
scared now.
The Buffalo Ranch has got a little bit more kick.
Well,
Yeah.
let me tell you, Connor. I think we have something down here for you. You
Oh
haven't
no,
seen.
we're
have
not
you seen
doing
this?
it. We're not doing it.
We're not doing the wheel.
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess up Steyer's thing, but we have a.
Those blow my mind.
I don't.
Carolina Reaper hot sauce.
The cheddar slider ones blow my mind.
All right. Let's
That's the one I've been looking forward to trying the most.
Greg,
They're good.
I'm about to try it.
I swear you are gonna love them. It tastes like you're eating like a Whopper Junior
cheddar
with the ketchup and the mayo and
slider.
the cheeseburger. It tastes like a burger with like ketchup on it. And those are really good. That is a really good chip.
Wow.
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 I don't know.
Eric, I think you're right.
How'd they get all that flavor into this chip?
I don't know. It's like I cannot believe that like it literally tastes like an entire cheeseburger on one
real.
chip.
For
Like,
real.
doesn't it?
Yeah. Like it tastes like a
I can
hamburger.
feel it. Yeah.
Ketchup,
I can
mustard.
see how that can be.
When you said it tastes, it does taste like Burger King, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got like a
Burger
Whopper
King is-
Junior
is
taste
right
to it. Like
For sure.
Like
a
flame-
Whopper.
charcoal
Tastes like a
grilled
flame
corn.
broiled
Yeah.
burger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flame broil. Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I dig it. All right, so rankings wise, I would say for me, I'm gonna go
Number one.
number one.
Actually, number four.
Yeah.
What's number
Okay, number 4 for me is probably the OG, and that's only because there's no flavor. But
Okay.
it has flavor, and they're good chips. It's not that like they're
It's
not.
just original. You know,
they're
it's
just
plain, it's
original.
classic.
And I'm much more of a spicy guy. Like I like the spice. I like the flavor. I like the flavor of life. You know. So I'd say OG number 4. I would say number 3. Jalapeno
We
popper.
can hear Greg just.
Yeah. Little ASMR action for you.
Is that you or is that a soundbite that you have?
No, that's totally me right now.
That's totally me.
I thought he pulled like a soundbite from one of us. And he's just pushing that button over and over.
Now the jalapeno popper, I'd say number 3 for me. 2 Buffalo Ranch, number 1 cheddar slider. That's my
Wow.
top 4.
Number 4,
Okay.
Buffalo Ranch.
Oh.
Just because I don't like buffalo sauce.
Okay.
I don't like buffalo wings. It's never been my thing.
I do.
Number 3, the OG original. Also phenomenal. Number 2, cheddar sliders. Number 1 has blown me away. The jalapeno poppers. I don't like jalapeno poppers normally. This is a phenomenal chip.
They're very good. It's really hard to rank them because honestly, they're all really good.
They are.
I'm blown away by the cheddar slider because it's like legit, like like you got a whole cheeseburger in your mouth on a chip. Connor, what you got? Rankings.
Number 4, I'm throwing cheddar slider there.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's okay.
Number 3 is OG. Number 2 is the Buffalo Ranch. And number 1 is the jalapeno popper.
Jalapeno popper.
Yep.
Greggy.
Okay, so
Greg, you need to have the camera on you for this.
no.
No.
I got 4 bags of chips back here. Nobody wants to see that. I'm gonna go with the Buffalo as number 4, just because it's a little on the hot side, and that's not my thing. But it tastes great. Just gonna make me sweat a lot. Number 3.
This is Connor. You don't know shit.
Number 3, I will go with the jalapeno poppers because they might not be my favorite flavor, but they are a good flavor and they taste way different than I expected.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm going to go with the cheddar slider because they're delicious, but again, not necessarily my favorite flavors, but they nailed it with making the flavors.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm going to go number 1, OG, because it's just like,
Number 1.
you're always in the mood
OG.
for some potato chips, man.
Oh man, especially Ballreichs.
Like the other ones, it's like you kind of crave one or the other, get into that feel. But
Oh, the futon.
And I will say this, Greg. There was a moment in time when I think there was some kind of an issue at Ballreich with their the way they were making them or something. They had to switch with oil or something. I don't know. I've been told about 3 different stories. Like there was a fire, and they had to change their process. They had to change their oil, all this different stuff. But there was a point in time, I'd say for a couple of months, where their chips just didn't taste the same. They've since changed ownership, and I will be the first to vouch for Ballreich and say they're back, folks. They are back to being just as good, if not better, than they were before. And now their marketing team is taking things to the next level.
Oh, man.
They're partnering up with a lot of local places. I hear there is a local chip in the making right now, a local restaurant that's partnered up with Ballreich.
Yeah.
They did
to produce a new chip that will be coming out, a new chip flavor.
Nice.
They did the Heidelberg University ones for homecoming.
Yes.
Lovely. I still have a bag. I haven't opened them. Just have the bag sitting there.
I do know that Madison's is working on another flavor.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice.
One of their sauces that will be converted into a dust flavoring for a chip.
I'm guessing it's one of the
Oh,
top-
yes.
One of the
Oh,
top
yes.
sauce, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
If so, that's mine. That's my
I'm
favorite.
learning that I don't go to MST enough.
Oh, dude, you got to go at least 3 times a week.
I don't have that kind of money. I don't own my own.
You got to go at least 3 times a week.
I don't
Just
own my
go
own
start washing
fantastic
dishes, eh?
detailing business.
Well, you know, it's all in the
Fighting fires
details.
on the side. It's all in the details. Connor Oush.
But no, honestly, huge shout out to Ballreich. Let's do some kind of a giveaway here. What do we think? Like guess something. I'm thinking like maybe guess the. We can't do the outcome of this game because it's like, all right, by the time some of these people watch it, the game will already be over.
We'll have
So
them
let's
guess
do
something
like
about my personal life.
something by Thursday. I think is the next time I'll be doing. We'll be having a broadcast Thursday night, and maybe Wednesday night on the. Actually, let's say by Wednesday, maybe on the Over Under podcast, we can announce the winner or something. I'll tell them, hey, we got a winner. We got a
The
bag
winner.
of chips to give away. What do you think? What are you laughing about?
Because you said windy.
Whatever.
Well,
I say one bad word. I say one wrong word.
I knew that
and
you
this
knew
dude's
what I
like, he
was
doesn't say wrong words.
He's like, what are you laughing about? I'm like you don't know.
Damn it. I tried to just like ignore it and let it go. But this son of a bitch will not let it go. Ever. Ever.
oh man. All right, so it's got to be something sports related. Probably
I'm
not
thinking-
something sports trivia related because that's maybe a little too easy.
It's a true or false question. Was Zach doing everything right on that video of him hurting his knee?
I did the right thing. I remember Coach Jason Lewis. Coach Jason Lewis was like, "Oh, and you went the right way too."
Oh, you went the wrong way, too.
No, he didn't say that. I remember very specific. It was like a 7 a.m. meeting, and he went, "Oh, yeah, it happens."
Let's see. What's going on between now and then? Sports wise. Nothing really.
No, because bowl games won't be starting yet.
I was going to say
Is there a Cavs game?
there is a Cavs game, but it's Wednesday at 9:00.
Don't.
There's a Cavs game going on right now, but it's like the
say
same thing as this
don't?
Monday night game. Like,
Homer Simpson. Don't.
you know, we could just do
There's a big chess boxing event last night.
maybe predict
Unrelated,
the total score of this game, like the over/under guys did the other day.
Yeah, it's a simple contest.
I mean, we're watching the game right now.
but- Oh, I think what we do is we make the over.
Yeah,
we say, all right,
we still got plenty of time left
they
in
got
the
some
game.
hot sauce down here, right? We say, all right, how long does it take for Steyer to start crying in seconds
He's like,
for
I
this-
didn't sign up for this
for
shit.
this Carolina Reaper hot sauce?
He did the jalapeno sauce last time.
Yeah.
And he said it just didn't taste good. He's like, wasn't really even that hot. It just
wanna-
tasted gross.
So I want to try one.
Go,
Put it
go
on
right
chip.
ahead.
Well, I don't know
There's
how.
a wasabi one.
I don't know how. I don't know how they feel. That's
Oh my god.
You crunching on them damn chips is like the loudest.
Oh,
the loudest thing.
James Conner's out now. James Conner's hurt. God damn. Couple of Michigan guys, Uche and Peppers.
I love the mics because now we have like ASMR quality. So you just hear us crunching on chips and
Oh, and he fell
you're
right into
gonna have to
Winovich.
listen to it.
Is that Winovich? Is he still playing?
Last time he was on the Patriots.
Yeah, I think that is. Big old blonde hair. So
let's talk about week 14 in the NFL. We talked about the Thursday night football game. We talked a little bit about the Bengals-Browns game. Ugh, I don't want to talk about that, really. That was just,
Why not?
well, I mean, if you want to, we can break it all down.
Well, I just want to know why Nick
Was,
Chubb had a shit game.
You,
How
I
many
have a
rushes?
theory.
How many rushes?
I have a theory. Can I just like talk just for 1 second on that, and then I'll. You're absolutely right, Greg. How many rushes? What do you have? Like 13 carries, 11 carries, something?
I'll tell you right now.
Dumb.
That many, yeah.
Dumb. But I will say this. He's a different running back out of the shotgun than he is running out of the deep I formation, single back, quarterback under center, give him a full head of steam to run downhill. He's a different kind of running back. He needs that full head of steam. He needs that quarterback under center to turn around, give him the ball while he's, he doesn't run very well out of the shotgun. He never really has.
Nick Chubb, 14 attempts, 34 yards, no touchdowns.
Yeah. I'm just saying with Deshaun, he's going to run about 80% of his snaps out of the shotgun because that's where he's most comfortable. Maybe Deshaun and Nick Chubb aren't exactly a great fit in the same backfield. And that's could be a problem. Just saying.
Denver would take Chubb.
Oh, there's a lot of teams that would take Nick Chubb in a heartbeat.
That's very unfortunate, though.
Every
for
single team in the
Cleveland
league.
if it goes that way.
I agree.
Every single team in the league would take Nick Chubb, not named Tennessee or
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it. I mean,
Greg. Chase Winovich is on the Browns? You guys didn't know that?
yeah, he's number 69.
Oh, Pog.
Nice.
Nice.
My God.
Ran into some dude with blonde hair.
So let's talk about your Lions. Huh?
Listen, if you guys don't want to hear potato chips, don't have Ballreich segments on the show, okay?
That segment is over. It's done.
Oh, it's never over.
Okay, it's the whole show.
Sponsored by
It's a Ballreich show
Ballreich.
today.
Ballreich.
Let's talk about your Lions, though. First of all, Jameson Williams, first catch, first touchdown.
Yes.
40-some yards?
I mean,
30. I don't know,
did they
it was a
just
deep pass.
give him that touchdown? Because it looked like the secondary was like, oh, Jameson, you go ahead, buddy. You go
No, I think it was definitely busted coverage.
Oh,
But,
for sure.
but no, that was fun to watch because, man, the last time he played any football was January of last year. He comes back December of this year. First attempt, first catch, first touchdown. That was cool to see.
Did he have a pretty big game other than that, or was it just the one catch?
No, he had a nice game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know DJ Chark had a pretty good game.
Amon-Ra had a good game.
It's crazy that their Lions are so stacked.
Josh Reynolds has a good game.
It's crazy that they're so stacked at wide receiver. Because you got Jameson Williams, you got DJ Chark, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Josh Reynolds. I know I'm missing somebody.
I lied. It was just that one catch. I was thinking of Josh Reynolds.
There's somebody else I'm not thinking of, but still, Lions have a
Jamal Williams.
yeah, they have
who
a
leads the league
bevy
in
of
touchdowns.
weapons for Jared Goff, who I think quietly is making a case for himself to be in the Pro Bowl conversation at least. But this is a guy who
It's tough to make a Pro Bowl if
He's-
you're not.
definitely in the conversation for retaining his starting job next year.
I
And
think
that's a great thing for the Lions because you think about it. What do they have? 2 first-round picks next year?
2 first-round picks in this upcoming draft. One of which is going to be a top 5 pick for like almost certain within the Rams.
Yeah.
And then the other one is theirs, so they're playing with house money. They're going to get probably 1 pick around number 5 and then 1 pick around number 15-ish. Maybe 20.
Yeah. So, and them going into the offseason, not having to worry about the quarterback position, being able to build around their quarterback.
Yeah.
What positions do you think they need to address in the offseason? I think defense has got to be the number one priority, but what positions do you focus on defensively?
Well, first off, it depends on where they're picking in the first round. But grabbing another premier pass rusher if at the top of the draft, like if they could land what's like probably not Will Anderson, because I think he's probably going 1 or 2. But what's the defensive tackle's name out of Georgia?
Oh.
Carter. Yeah. Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter.
Even the Lions defensive tackle has been playing really well.
Yeah.
Last couple of weeks. He came out of nowhere. I'm looking at other names here. Yeah, Miles Murphy.
Isn't there a Penn State player in there? Or maybe he committed to playing another year of college.
Okay. Tyree Wilson, another edge. Like there's some premier pass rushers at the top of the draft. If you're not going there,
Would you go cornerback? Because
they have quarterbacks.
Didn't they have? I know Akuda was out with the concussion. I don't know
He's hurt,
who.
yeah.
I don't know who replaced him or how good he is.
Jeff Okudah was playing good.
I guess how their backfield is.
Yeah, they need some help at linebacker.
Okay.
They need some help at pass rusher, but even the defense is starting to put things together. Aaron Glenn has been figuring out the kinks. So, the Lions have the best record in the NFL over the last six games, 5 games, something like that. They're
What,
tied.
5 out of their last 6?
They're either 6 for 6 or 5 for 6.
It's been impressive to watch. And they're kind of like America's team right now.
Don't put that on them.
Well,
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
after Hard Knocks, they were. Everybody wanted them to win.
That's true.
And then they kind of fell off, and everybody kind of went, "Oh, well, darn it. All right, never mind."
I don't know.
And now all of a sudden, they win 5 of 6. They're 1 game away from being 500, and now everybody's like, "Oh, the Lions! Yeah, those guys are fun."
Well, they had the best offense in the league for a while. Mm-hmm. And they had the best defense in the league. Well,
Can they
not
hold
best,
on to
but-
their OC after this year? Ben Johnson?
Ooh, don't know.
He's
I-
already starting to see his name pop up in coaching circles.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see this staff for a full 3 years with their guys that they're bringing in. They haven't missed on a draft pick. They're playing well. They're good free agents. I think now people might – I hesitate to say people might want to play in Detroit, but – like they now are not the free agent black hole that they have been forever. It's not an unappealing team anymore.
I'll be darned. Somebody actually wants to play in Detroit? He says
I think Matt Stafford wanted to play in Detroit,
he did.
and
But
then he got a
didn't.
ring, and now he wants to come back to Detroit, so it's okay. His wife, on
So
the
did
other hand,
Verlander
hated-
until the Mets wanted to pay him.
I think Verlander is gonna do the like retire with the Tigers type deal, like a 1-day contract and have a big
You
old
think?
thing. 100%. He said it so many times how he wants to come back eventually, and how much the city of Detroit meant to him, and everything he did went there. Same thing. Kate Upton hated it, but it's how
Well,
it goes.
he's back with Max Scherzer, so
Yep. Mad Max. Yeah, it's fun to watch. Tigers players like the best way to win a World Series is to play in Detroit for a couple years and then leave.
all right. Well, while we're on the topic, how do you feel about Miggy's last year?
I
Do you think it's time? Like it's appropriate?
100%. And really, like Miggy could have called it quits any of the last 3 years.
Yes.
He's been hurt. He's been, not hitting well. He doesn't play the field anymore. He's strictly DH.
Yep.
But on the other hand, Tigers aren't competing for anything. You play him every single day.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Detroit,
Farewell tour.
if I'm AJ Hinch, I'm playing him as much as I possibly can.
Get your money's worth.
Exactly. And you're giving the fans something. you're giving Miggy a chance to climb. Like, he's already like a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes.
He's one of, if not the greatest right-handed hitter of all time. He's the
Triple Crown winner twice?
no, just
once? Okay,
But the
it was
only
once.
Triple Crown winner in the past
100 years.
115 years, something like that.
I remember that season. Oh, my
So
gosh.
do I.
That was incredible.
Yeah, and it's just Miggy. You know, he's had his personal life problems or whatever, but
Well, Judge just won the Triple Crown this year, didn't he?
No.
no,
Not
he
Triple
didn't
Crown.
have he didn't have the RBIs.
Oh,
Who had that? Goldschmidt?
Jordan didn't Jordan Alvarez have him on something?
Alvarez,
I don't know.
maybe. Maybe it was.
But anyway, ooh, what a catch! But anyway, Miggy has just done things the right way for so long, and it was never complained. Always like was a great show for the fans. He was always like everybody loved him. Everybody
yeah.
loves him in the league, and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
even if like Guardians fans like he killed you guys for years, and still like he had a fun time playing, and Cleveland fans are always like, I hate the Tigers, but Miggy's just hard to hate. You know, that was
Yeah.
kind of always that guy.
He's
yeah,
earned the respect.
for sure.
Exactly, and it's with the old guard coming out. Like, we might not see a player like Miggy or a player like Pujols again for
A very
20
long
years,
time.
right? It's Mike Trout, it's those guys, and it's who else? Like those
very
guys
true.
are in a category of their own. You want to say Acuna's going to get there? You want to say Tatis is going to get there? Maybe, sure, but I mean, it's just. We're watching history, and we've watched history. If you're a Tigers fan like I am, and to see him, he needs to go out the right way. And a positive, he says he wants to stick around and be like a Detroit hitting coach. So he wants to stay with Detroit in the organization, and he wants to coach baseball. And if I'm AJ Hinch, I'm saying right away, you just fired Scott Coolball, who deserved it, the worst hitting coach in the league. I think you offer him that position right away. Say, hey, when you're done, whenever you want to be done, which is the way to do it. Like, it's on you. Whenever you're done, you have a home where we're going to pay you a couple $1 million a year to teach people how to hit.
I can see it. I can see it for sure. Let's keep talking about the NFL though.
Okay.
We got into baseball there for a second. Miggy, I like that conversation, but let's stick with the NFL Week 14. Keep going with the scores. Ravens, Schittsburg game. I mean, just absolutely. They bludgeon each other every time they play each other. It's just like it's a slugfest every single time. Tyler Huntley and Kenny Pickens,
Both are out.
both out.
Kenny Pickett,
Pickens,
George Pickens.
Pickett, whatever.
Yeah, and then
Kenny Pickett goes out with a concussion. Huntley goes out with a concussion.
Ouch.
And I feel like I saw an interesting stat that basically like take whoever is playing either one of these teams the week after they play each other because they're so beat up from playing each other that they never play well the next week.
it's the opposite phenomenon of what you were saying with Ohio State and Michigan. Like the game before, always like that's going to be a scary game for that team. Mm-hmm. Game after is always going to be a scary team for the Steelers Ravens. For sure.
Yeah.
Talking about that game, man, I think if Mason Rudolph is activated, and Mason Rudolph is playing, I think they win that game. Steelers, that was such a winnable game, and it was brutal because Trubisky would come in and drive him down the field and throw a pick. In the
So
red
what
zone.
you're saying is they wouldn't let Rudolph play in any games.
They wouldn't let Rudolph play in any games. He wasn't even activated for the game. Yeah,
Jeez.
you got to pop out of Greg.
Little one.
They don't let poor Rudolph play in any
Well, I think
reindeer
his
games.
head's still all dented up, so he hasn't been the same. He's my Oklahoma State guy, though. I like him. No, but that was just such a winnable game for the Steelers. They really had an opportunity to take Baltimore off, and their defense was playing okay until the third string quarterback came in, and then all of a sudden they couldn't stop the run.
How does Baltimore keep pulling these games out? They're 9-4.
Exactly.
They're 9-4?
No.
They're 9-4.
How are they pulling these games out? They have the third best head coach in the league.
What's
And they've had him for This was the 32nd or 33rd matchup between Tomlin and Harbaugh. Harbaugh is just such a phenomenal coach, and the entire staff is such a well-run staff and well-coached unit. They don't make mistakes. They do things the right way. I mean, for the longest time, like the Steelers and Ravens hated each other because they were so similar in teams. Like they were the exact same team, 100 miles away. Mm-hmm. So, they
the
just do
Ravens
things the
stole
right
that
way.
rivalry from us. I know.
Yep.
I mean, literally, that was our rivalry. They had 4 years while the Browns were gone to establish that rivalry with the Steelers in the same division. And then when the Browns came back, it's obvious they're not going to have a rivalry with a fucking expansion team. So that was never a rivalry until recently when the Browns finally started winning a few games a season. And even now, it's not a rivalry. I still don't consider the Steelers a rival. They are a rival, but not the rival of the Browns. The rival of the Browns is the Ravens. It's brutally honest. Like it's so obvious to me that that's who they should be. Like that's who the Browns' natural rival should be now. Maybe before they left, I could make the argument, and a lot of Browns fans can make the argument, the Steelers are the Browns' real rival. Yeah, but the Browns left, and now that's the Ravens, and that's the real rivalry, is the Browns, is the Steelers and Ravens.
Here's the thing,
because that was the real rivalry. The Browns left. When they came back, that's not the same Browns team. So now the new Browns rival is the Ravens because they stole the damn team. They stole our rivalry. They stole everything. They stole 2 Super Bowls from us. Like, they took my damn team from me, Greg.
So it's funny. I don't think of, I've lived here for 4 years now. I don't think of the Browns really having rivals.
Nope.
Like it's just kind of everybody, they hate, Browns fans hate everybody and everybody hates them, but no one's like, it's Browns week, it's Cleveland this week. I think the natural rival really should be like the Battle of Ohio, Cincinnati and Cleveland. Like that should be the rivalry. They play in the same division.
The Bengals are the Browns' redheaded stepchild. Because the Bengals wouldn't exist if not for Art Modell firing Paul Brown. If Art Modell hadn't fired Paul Brown, the Bengals would never have came into existence. If he lets Paul Brown retire as a Browns coach and then lets him turn into a Browns front office guy, and that's because the team's named after Paul Brown.
Instead, you curse us and send him away.
You cursed us, you fired the guy, you sent him away, and then you basically erased everything that he created and everything that he built after he left.
Paul Brown Stadium.
All I got to say about Art Modell is that he is the biggest piece of
Yeah.
and
Biggest piece
also
of
And that.
oh, and one more thing.
Well, remember the Steelers and Bengals turned into a rivalry for 3 years.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Marvin Lewis helped with that.
Marvin Lewis was there forever. But who helped with that, I think, was Andy Dalton. Or,
Rocket.
The Red Rocket. Red Rider BB gun.
Oh, God.
Or AJ Green. Tyler Boyd. I don't know. Kind of that older guard. Tyler Eifert.
AJ Green.
Tyler Eifert, and
Rudy
Tyler
Johnson.
Boyd. Who?
Remember Rudy Johnson?
No.
Running back?
No. I remember,
Who was their running back?
Green. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis.
Man.
Remember him?
Whoa.
Woo, what a catch.
Hell of a catch.
Robbie Anderson.
Do you remember Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis?
I do.
That's a name I haven't thought about in forever.
I do. He was a running back.
Yeah, for the Bengals during that time.
He was also a running back for the Patriots for a little bit.
Sure. Who else were those running backs? Who was the running
that
back
wasn't
that
their starter.
Ryan Shazier decapitated himself on? Giovanni Bernard, but who was the backup for Giovanni Bernard?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Not
they had a main
Mixon.
guy. It wasn't Mixon.
Hall. His last name was Hall. Or Hill. That's it. Josh Hill?
Jeremy Hill.
Jeremy Hill, that's it. I got there. Jeremy Hill.
Yeah, but he was good for like 2 years, and then he just
Yeah.
completely faded. He was one of those big backs out of LSU that was like, what was he? He's like 6'2", 240.
Yeah.
He was like huge, but really fell off. I feel like big backs don't really last that long in the NFL.
You know who else fits the... Let's think of running backs who fell off after 2 years that were really good that you thought.
James Robinson.
Jeremiah Langford. Who's the other Bears guy that I'm thinking of? I don't know.
Matt Forte, but he was good for a few years.
No, not Matt Forte. I don't know. Who's like the Bears running back in 2018?
Tariq Cohen.
Him too.
He was pretty good for like
But-
a year.
2019 maybe. I don't know, somewhere in there. David Montgomery. That's who I'm thinking of.
Well, he's still their running back.
Then maybe that's not who I'm thinking of. Who am I thinking of, Connor?
I don't know who you're thinking of.
No, it's not David Montgomery, right? Jeremiah Langford. Let's go with that.
Anyways,
Trent Richardson? No.
Najee Harris, what? No.
All right, Joey.
Aaron gets so mad about that shit.
Yeah, I know he does. That's why I like watching. It's like I like watching their show. It's 'cause, how, like, Joey just knows how to get that guy's goat and vice versa.
Oh, yeah.
They know each other, man.
All right, Bills 20, Jets 12. I think the Jets are one quarterback away from being a really good football team. They've got some weapons if they could get somebody to get the ball to them. I like their receivers. I really do. Connor just scored.
James Conner.
What an extra
Man.
effort there.
Pittsburgh's
about-
finest.
How about that hit that Mike White took and then still came back and played in that game
I-
and ended up leaving in an ambulance?
Dude.
I saw the ESPN like Instagram breakdown, but yeah, he
Did you
left-
share videos like RIP to what's left of Mike White's ribs or something?
Yeah, dude, he got destroyed. He got split like right in half, folded like a lawn chair.
Yeah, that was nasty looking.
So Winovich is with the Browns.
We said that like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Connor, where are you at?
I guess I never caught that. Sorry.
I want what he's smoking.
I don't smoke. God damn, bro.
All right,
That's awesome. That was
I
great.
want the smoke inhalation that you're doing.
Winovich is with the Browns. We got that cleared up.
Yep,
We're-
we
This
got
is
that
Connor's
cleared
head
up
when,
now.
when we were talking about that.
He's fighting too many fires.
That's awesome. No, that was great. That was
He's
great.
huffing up too much smoke.
But Josh Allen, kind of a pedestrian game for him. Didn't really put up much, and he's kind of had a few clunkers lately. He's been playing some pretty good defenses, though. But I feel like down the stretch,
Just while we're talking about Mike White, you want to read that off?
yeah. Mike White's Sunday here. Left the game in the second quarter after a hit to the ribs. Came back and 2 plays later. Got hit in the ribs again in the third quarter. Left the game second time to get x-rays. Returned at the start of the fourth quarter. Finished the game. Once the game went final, White left in an ambulance and was sent to the hospital for testing on potential internal injuries.
Just imagine like he is like having internal bleeding and they sent him back out on the football field. That's wild.
Yeah.
Another Tua situation.
I remember Chris Sims pretty much, that's how his career ended. He like ruptured his spleen.
Oh yeah.
Like got hit so hard on a
So-
play just like that, where he was stepping up into the pocket and got drilled on a blitz.
While we're talking football, and while we have Connor Roush here,
Uh-oh. This is next. I got the Broncos on here. But Bills, Jets, any other final thoughts on this Bills team? Are they for real? I'm still not sold on this Bills team.
the Bills are for real. 100%.
Even with Von Miller going down,
Yep.
no run game,
As
and
long
Josh Allen has not been himself lately. Ever since he's had that injury to his forearm, he's not been himself lately.
as long as Josh Allen is the quarterback of that team,
Okay.
they got
All
a
right.
chance. And I'm not like
I think they're going to be an early exit in the playoff. I really do. I think they're going to be. They might make it. They might. Obviously, they're. I think they'll make through the first round. I don't think they're going to get the bye.
Probably not going to get the bye.
But I
Agreed.
think they'll make it through the first round, and I think they're an early exit in the second round. Just my opinion,
Okay.
based on what I've seen over these last couple weeks.
But then it's going to be like a 48-43 game to Patrick Mahomes, and he loses in the last 20 seconds. Because that's how the NFL likes to play games.
Yeah, true. True. All right, so we got Connor here.
I'm right here.
Let's ride.
Oh,
Hey.
we're done.
What?
Wait.
We're
what?
eliminated.
We're not riding no more?
Eliminated from playoffs.
Wait, but we're still riding though, right?
No.
Well, when did we stop riding?
I mean, they're forever my team, but season's done.
No, I'm saying like when did the Broncos stop riding? Like I thought this was the thing. We're riding. Let's ride.
No.
No.
What, Zach?
I'm like, what's going on with this team, Connor? Like, what is going on?
We're still going, but we're riding though, right?
No.
You're a dickhead. You can't do that to him.
Seriously, Connor, what happened to this team? Can you break it down for me from the beginning of the season? What happened?
Honestly, I haven't really paid attention to the Broncos this season.
They scored 28 points. Wasn't that their most points they scored all year?
Yeah.
If you can see right here, this is Russell Wilson's last brain cell fighting against the Denver coaching staff.
Ouch.
That's the nice little lump he had on his head after that hit that he took.
Yeah.
Where the helmet full of grass. That was the aftermath there.
Yeah, that's a nice little lump.
Boom, boom, boom.
It looks like he took a golf ball off the forehead.
Looks like he was riding a horse and fell off.
Looks like one of my
not right
scramble
anymore.
partners.
wild Bronco.
One of my scramble partners for the Tiffin Youth Football Golf Scramble when they're standing too close.
Nate's still salty that we got the little
I
kids
will
golf
never,
clubs as a gift for coming
Never,
in last
ever,
place.
ever, never. We got last place in the Tiffin Youth Football Golf Tournament, the golf scramble, and they gave us the plastic toy golf clubs as a
Practice.
Practice. You'll get there one day.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not a golfer. So.
So we're just talking about Russell Wilson, right? Like, obviously, he was part of the problem, right?
You know,
Now, we're talking about this game or this year?
This year, this season.
I just don't know what's different about him from moving
No
over
Pete Carroll?
to Denver.
Could be.
Because I mean, Denver in general is they're like overall a good team.
Yeah.
Always had that great culture.
Greggy chomping on chips.
Great culture.
This year, defense has been playing lights out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now it's the Chiefs. I understand that a little bit from allowing 34, but I think all the rest of the opponents, they've allowed less than 20 points a game, and our offense can't do anything about it.
So, my thing is, I think it's pretty safe to say like Hackett is out after this. It has been such an absolute disaster.
Especially with the expectations they came
especially
in
with the expectations. Hackett cannot come back
No,
There's no way
Now.
he can come back.
now.
I don't think he'll ever come back as an OC again.
No, he'll probably find a place to
Hackett
OC, but
can hit
Maybe
the
quarterback
sack.
job, but
no, he can find an OC. Because think about how long he
he didn't even call plays in Green Bay though.
That's true.
Like,
But also for a job like that, I think you don't.
Woof.
Oh my God, JJ
Woof.
Watt still doing it. So I think with a job like that, you don't even really need to be like. I don't think they're looking that hard. It's like, look, I was the I was the offensive coordinator under this Packers team that went to the NFC Championship 5 years straight or whatever, right?
yeah.
I think that is a good enough resume to get you an offensive
I
coordinator
rode
job.
the coattails of Aaron Rodgers for 5 straight years to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
Exactly. With
Yeah,
that
but
being said-
Hackett's gone. Who's
Now-
going to come in to coach this team?
I have no clue who would be on the list for
Bieniemy?
coaching.
That's always a name that gets thrown out,
Nobody wants him.
and nobody wants him. I think it must be Andy Reid saying like, "Oh, look at all these guys calling for Eric Bieniemy." But then why is he still there if nobody? It's such a weird situation, I think.
Oh, nice move. Oh,
But he was already down. Why keep going? So what I was gonna my final point to get to, like, are Broncos fans sold on Russ?
You know,
Could a team like the Jets put out a compelling enough offer to snag up Russell Wilson and have their quarterback? You said they were a quarterback away?
first of all,
after what Russell?
if the Broncos traded Russ, they would take a $128 million dead hit on their cap.
Yeah.
That would be assessed over the next 4 years.
Urban Meyer.
So I don't think he's going anywhere. I'm just
No, I
saying, at
think
least
he's-
for the next
I
couple
think he's
years,
locked in Denver
Russ is
for
stuck.
The next few years.
My thing is, they got to bring in somebody that's going to let this guy cook a little bit and let him like not think so much.
Let Russ cook.
He is like overthinking everything out there. You think like I've never seen him look so. He's usually having fun when he plays. I've never seen him look so stressed. He's literally stressed. And even press conferences, like usually at a press conference, he's so cool, collected. He's like generic because he's so cool and collected. Even now during press conferences, he's like flustered.
No, he's still doing he's still doing a good job.
But it's too much. It's like almost too much now because he's still giving the bullshit answers that everybody's like when he's winning and they're doing good, everyone's like, it's just Russ being Russ. They're losing and he's still, I mean, I don't know.
Well, you remember,
It's a shtick.
He's still giving he's still doing great press conferences and everything with Les Ride. Do you remember when they had that game versus the Raiders where Corliss Waitman punted for like 250 yards or whatever? And Eli Manning said on the Manning cast that, they probably should have paid Corliss Waitman that $200 million contract.
Right.
And then Russ came back at the press conference. He's like, "Oh, Chad Powers said that? Oh, you mean the Chad Powers that I'm 3-0 against?" Like, he's still having good press conferences.
He holds receipts.
Yeah.
Russ
I don't
definitely
know.
holds receipts for sure.
Maybe that's why he's not playing well for the Broncos because of
Maybe.
that Super Bowl.
Maybe after our stadium turned into a great value brand, the whole team just turned into a great value brand.
Ooh.
Yeah, hit on my Broncos.
Mile high.
Damn.
Yep. The place is so cool though.
Mile high. That was mile low, Connie.
That was a pretty low blow there.
I started it.
I don't get it.
That was a
I don't get
low
it.
blow. Mile low.
Oh yeah, Greg!
Damn it, Zach.
What a guy! Oh my gosh! Joke of the day goes to Greg. Look at this guy.
Look at this guy.
Big entertainer.
I told you to get it.
Now Zach gets baby robot voice for the rest of the show.
Don't touch me.
Can you do that on one microphone, Greg, or do you have to do it on all four?
What's the baby robot voice? I didn't like that laugh. I'm not gonna talk.
So he
the
has
rest of the
voice
time.
effect editing
Oh, does
for our new Rodecaster Pro 2, where he can change our voices to sound like the devil.
Oh,
We can sound like the devil if he wants us to sound like the devil. And we can sound like a robot. There's a big robot and a little robot, right, Greg?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm a big robot. I'm a little robot.
Yeah, that's the robot right there. I think that's the large robot, correct? Okay. Yes, that didn't work out at all. Like this. There's the small robot right there. Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, oh my God. Hi, yes. How are you? I'm Zach Dylan, and I don't get the joke. Could somebody please explain?
To me, I just don't get it. I'm Zach Dylan, don't touch me.
And this is a section of the show where it all goes off the rails, folks.
Hey guys, don't touch me.
Thank you for tuning in.
Another game that kind of went off the rails, Cowboys-Texans. Cowboys, I think, were giving their fans a heart attack the entire game yesterday.
I'm not.
Texans
sold on
were
the cow.
winning. multiple times during this game. Cowboys were favored by 17.5. I think I was one of the only people that picked them that morning, right, Greg?
Yes.
Everybody kept saying, this should be 40. It should be 50. I'm like, 17.5 is
Okay.
a lot of points in the NFL.
Okay, so I will say this, that I didn't know for sure if they'd cover that many points.
Well,
But I really thought that they would take it to them pretty hard, and that did not happen.
That was I think it was the second highest.
Much closer game than I expected to happen.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was not expecting the Texans to come to play like they did, but Cowboys, once again, I think kind of showed that. I just feel like they win in spite of Dak Prescott. Do you get the feeling of that?
yeah.
Like they have everything around him. He reminds me a lot of, I don't know, like a more mature Baker Mayfield. You know, like he's just kind of, he'll get the job done, but he's never really going to ascend the team to that next level. He's not going to take them,
No.
because when you ask him to take you to that next level is when he makes that mistake that in the pivotal part of the game.
All right. Well, then there's a better example of that, I'm sure.
That's Baker.
Kirk
that's pretty-
Cousins.
Cousins, yeah. But Cousins, I'll say this. Cousins doesn't really, he's not a victim of the moment as much as he is a victim of the entire game. Oh, fumble on the ground.
Just don't play him on prime time. You're good.
That's, yeah. And I feel like with Cousins, he doesn't really, when it comes down to those, last minute situations, he's actually done pretty good consistently in those late game situations.
Who else is like that?
It's just, it goes one way or the other on him early.
Tannehill.
Look at that.
Even Tannehill.
What were you even doing there?
I don't think he realized he was getting the ball.
Oh, I know Damian Harris didn't think he was getting the ball.
I just read an article here that said that there's a report going out that Jordan Love said that he will seek a trade if Aaron Rodgers returns next year to Green Bay.
I don't blame him.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is under contract next year at Green Bay, so looks like he begun searching for a trade.
The Jets.
Oh.
There's your quarterback.
They wouldn't have to give much to get him. I don't think so.
You don't think so? Well, they're not going to get their first round pick back,
No, there's no way.
but a second round pick.
I could see a third or a second.
Well, do you
maybe.
remember that huge trade package that Garoppolo was getting?
Yeah. And then the Patriots ended up just getting a second rounder out of him.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think it might be the same kind of situation.
Eagles, big win over the Giants, 48-22. You all right there, Connor?
We're good.
We good?
We're riding.
My
All right, we
phone.
still riding?
We're
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 good.
riding. We're riding with the podcast.
51 points. That's good for my fantasy team. 51 yards, not points.
51 points.
Woo. Let's see. Let's see how many I need.
Austin said, trade Mason to Green Bay for Jordan.
There you go. Would you trade Mason Rudolph for Jordan Love?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then who's
In a
going to guide
heartbeat.
your sleigh?
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
He's
What do you think about Jalen Hurts, though?
prancing and
MVP?
dancing. Play him like it.
Is he the MVP?
Play him like it.
I think so.
I don't think he's the best quarterback in the NFL,
But
but I think right now he's playing like the most valuable player in the NFL.
Yes.
I was going to say, would you say he's the best quarterback / running back combo in the NFL? As one player?
well, you can't step off Lamar like that.
Lamar's not playing right now.
Yeah, but Lamar will be back next week.
Oh, yeah, and
Next
Lamar.
week he'll be back
Or,
week
2
after.
weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Ravens are going to be down to their third string quarterback playing the Browns on Saturday,
Which is an undrafted rookie out of Cal.
and they'll probably still end up beating them.
Probably. Who? What is this third string quarterback's name?
I have no idea. Kurt Warner
No, not. Don't be silly.
Jr.
Don't be silly.
Tom Brady Jr.
Tom Brady Jr.
Baltimore.
But no, I think the Eagles are the team to beat right now in the NFL. Would
For
you Would
sure.
you agree that they're the team to beat right now?
For sure.
Best team in the NFL? Would you say that with confidence,
For sure.
Connor?
Yeah. I mean, there's been really no one compared to them so far this season.
I think just
And
the way they're
It's a
playing.
big. I think it's going a lot back to when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. The
When
way
they
they're playing
started, what,
defensively.
12-0.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the way that they're playing defensively, the way they're playing on offense, Jalen Hurts is just toying with teams right now because it's fun to watch when you watch them actually execute this offense because he's really just toying with teams
They
because
do
they
a lot
don't.
of that read option, don't they?
It's so
And they do
tricky.
it really good. Yeah.
He's so good at it too. Like he's been running that since high school. So of course he's going to be good at it. And it's I've always wondered why this has taken so long to catch on at the NFL level. Like why they ran a triple option in college, but then in the NFL they were running I formation every team in the NFL is running I formation power football, but they're running triple option in college. I always thought, why can't they at least one or two teams run this kind of offense in the NFL? How fun would that be? Now it's just like so many teams are embracing this RPO, this, running quarterback, athletic quarterback, dual threat, if you will. And right now I think Jalen Hurts is executing at the highest level that you can ask for that type of quarterback. Like you look at Lamar Jackson, he had an MVP type year with the similar numbers that Jalen Hurts is putting up right now. And his team had similar success. I think this is definitely a season that if I had to give it to anybody right now, and the season still has 4 games left, but if I had to give it to somebody right now, I'm giving it to, for sure. I'm giving it to Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
He's my guy. Jags, big win over the Titans,
That's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
36-22. Trevor Lawrence, Evan Ingram going off. Lawrence has like this weird thing where he'll have one game where he'll go off for 350 and 3 tutties. And then the next game he goes for 120 and a tutty and a pick and he gets sacked 5 times. And you're like, who is this guy? Like, what is he? And it's weird because they do this against the Titans.
Yeah.
Like the Jags always play the Titans well because they're in the same division. But I don't know. It's just to me, I look at that Titans team. They've always been a good team, and for the Jags to hang 36 on that defense, what kind of team are the Jaguars right now?
Right.
Well, I'll say this about the quarterback of Trevor Lawrence. This is what happens when you get the best quarterback prospect since 2011,
Whoa.
or 2012, or what? Like Andrew Luck is the last guy that people are like, this is the guy, and you put him on a horrible, very bad, no good team.
Yeah.
That's just what happens when you put someone who is supposed to be a generational talent on a horrible team. You're going to get some great spots. You're going to get some not so great spots. And so, until you put a team around them, you don't know what you have.
Now, do you think with this situation happening, with you got a couple of quarterbacks who maybe not right away, but 3-4 years from now are going to be you got Arch Manning coming out in 4 years who could potentially be one of those transcendent generational type quarterbacks.
Sure.
With this experience of Trevor Lawrence and the delayed development of him, would you think maybe this might lend to quarterbacks revisiting this Eli Manning idea where they say, I'm not going to a bad team. I'm not going to go waste 2 years of my career until you guys figure out how to build a team around me.
Yeah.
No, I want to play for a team. And you're seeing this now in the NFL where guys are asking for trades. It's becoming a lot more like the NBA. Do you think this might make teams or make quarterbacks who are coming out, because it's such a quarterback-driven league, might make them say, I'm not going to that team. What quarterback would want to go to the Houston Texans right now? Who would want to go there right now?
Nobody does.
Well, yeah, no one wants to go there. You're always going to get a certain amount of people that are like, hey, I'm loving the opportunity that I'm getting to play in the NFL, and this is something that no one else, my reality is everybody else's dream, right? Or whatever Geno Smith said the other day. Like, you're going to always have those people who are ready to play wherever, and it doesn't matter, and this is what they're going to do, and this is just how it goes. You're always
Right.
going to have that.
Right.
So I think it depends on how many like diva quarterbacks are coming out.
And that's why I'm saying, like, I can see it with an Arch Manning. I could potentially
I could
see it
see
with
with
even Quinn Ewers in a few years. You know,
Maybe.
I'm just saying, there's guys out there that could be those. I'm not going there. I don't want to put myself in that situation.
Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, do you think they're doing something like that?
I honestly, if I'm either one of those, and I don't know, if I'm the Texans, I don't even know if I want any of the quarterbacks in this class.
Good point.
I know.
I really don't know if I want any of these guys. Like CJ
I
Stroud
don't think
would be the
CJ's
only
ready.
one that I would even consider,
CJ Stroud.
and he's not ready.
You know,
He's not ready.
no, and
He needs another year. He's too soft.
I really feel like Ohio State QBs with
Ohio State-
them not being successful in the league, they need 4 years in college.
Yeah.
Ohio State, like, it is well known that you do not draft an Ohio State quarterback.
No,
Well,
I mean Justin Fields is making his way right now,
and he's
but
doing it freelance. He's not
Yes.
out there reading a defense.
No.
He's out there taking off and running, and like he's showing you he has athletic ability. Absolutely. Nobody questions that about Justin Fields.
No.
My question is, when defenses figure out how to stop him on the ground, is he going to be able to then step back into the pocket and diagnose a defense, read a defense, deliver the ball downfield accurately? That's my question about Justin Fields.
Maybe.
The jury's still out about that part of his game because we haven't seen it yet. He hasn't thrown for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in a game yet, I don't think. It's been mostly his rushing. It's been him on the ground where he's been the most effective.
you see what they compared Stroud to, the scouts before the playoffs. It's they're comparing him to Jared Goff. More of like the conditions have to be just perfect. Doesn't really move around the best.
Here's the thing with Goff is that he is really, really good when like you said, when things go according to plan.
Yes.
He's looking like, one of the best pure passers in the league when 1 read, 2 read, 3 read, 4 read, and the coverage is right. Once things start to break down and he has to come up with stuff on his own, that's where he struggles.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how I feel about Stroud. I don't know if he's there with the progressions yet. I don't know if he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and now
Now,
I'm screwed.
here's
I think
the
he
thing.
Go 1, 2. What do I do?
Well, I have seen with Stroud, if you give him protection, which you're not going to get in the NFL, but if you give him protection, he does go through his reads. He does make progressions in his reads. And I really think that if he is put in the right situation, he could be a successful NFL quarterback because he's got accuracy, he's got a good arm, and as long as you're not asking him to do too much, he could be a successful NFL quarterback. Could he be a franchise-changing generational talent? Nah, I don't see it. I have never seen it with CJ. I'm still mad that he chased Quinn Ewers out of town. Like, I'm still mad that we never got a chance to see what Quinn Ewers would look like in that offense because CJ took that job from him and never looked back. Now, all Ohio State fans are saying, well, look at his record. He's 22-2 or 25.
Yeah, but look at the Big Ten.
Exactly. I cannot
Can't even
stress
win a Heisman.
that enough. It's like every fan wants to bring up Ryan Day's record or CJ Stroud's record. Look at their record. Who did they beat?
Not Michigan.
No,
Rutgers?
Hey,
Maryland?
Maryland?
Nate.
Like,
here's the question.
Indiana?
What is Ohio State's record when they host outside schools? What? They lost to Oregon, Oklahoma.
Oh, you're
beat
saying
Ohio
schools outside of Big Ten.
Yes, outside of Big Ten, they're like 1-6, 2-6,
Yeah.
or something at home.
Yeah.
Probably doing pretty good against Mac though.
Yeah, but
Well.
but
Clean it up
saying
there.
so like
Well.
how we have our matchup coming up against Georgia. Look at what our history has been recently, and
Yeah.
it really hasn't been successful after the championship run in 14.
Exactly.
After that, we've
And anybody
been
who is trying to say that, well, compare this team to 2014.
no, there's
stop.
2014 is a
Stop.
lot better than
Just stop yourself
now.
right now. Like, that team was loaded.
Yes, it was.
Loaded to the gills with talent.
Who's
and I'm
the
telling
quarterback
you.
of that team?
That was Haskins.
That was no. 2014.
Cardale Jones.
Cardale-
Cardale
yeah,
Jones.
yeah.
JT Barrett.
Yeah.
My bad.
It started out as Braxton Miller. I mean, like
Yes, third string.
I forgot about Braxton Miller.
Braxton
Yeah,
Miller was
Braxton
the original
Miller.
starting quarterback, and then it went to
Oh, my
JT Barrett, and then it went to Cardale. Cardale was a third string quarterback that year, but they had so much talent around those guys. It didn't matter who was going to play quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
my
you had
God.
Mike Thomas, Zeke Elliott, like
Smith.
just you could just keep
Wide
going. There's
receiver,
so
yeah.
many talented names, and on the defensive side of the ball.
Michael Thomas.
But don't compare these two teams. I would tell you that right now. This Ohio State team, they're not going to catch lightning in a bottle. They're not going to beat Georgia like they beat Bama. What they beat
Look at
Bama
Georgia's
35
defense.
to 14 or something. They're not. That's not going to happen. Sorry, but Georgia is going to take care of business.
Well, you know what?
Ohio
You know
State-
what's going to hurt Ohio State is not having an established run game.
And they might have a better run game with these guys being healthy.
Yes,
Mayan Williams
but how
coming
long is
back?
that going to last against what, a 26 or 27-1 Bulldogs team the last 2 years?
That's
Being
true.
Purely dominant.
That's true.
Now, don't count me wrong. I have trust. Like I have faith in the Buckeyes, but you got to look at reality.
right.
Ohio State has a 0% chance of winning this game.
I wouldn't put zero.
A 0% chance. You want to make one of these?
Give them at least 1%.
I'll give them 0.25%.
No, you'll give them 1%.
This
I
sounds like
won't.
a one-chip challenge here. Like maybe
Dude,
no.
What are these hot sauces?
Connor's like, no,
I'm not doing it.
Not doing it.
About to say we got these wheels of hot sauce right here. I put that.
Oh, Connor, we did the world's sourest candy while you were gone. You want to try one?
Really?
Yeah, they're right up there. The world's most sour candy. Zach tried one, right?
How were the reactions?
I tried one. Yeah, the lemon thing. Yeah.
How were the reactions?
It's sour as shit. They're really sour.
So here's what it is. It's not sour, really. It's salty. It's so sour.
Yeah, it's so sour that it's like salty almost. It's crazy.
A little cup.
But yeah, it's like bitter and salty. Steyer and Joey had like a really bad reaction. I was kind of like,
Austin
Yeah.
says they're terrible.
They're terrible.
Terrible. Why are they huge?
they're pretty good once you get all the sour stuff off them. They're like a blueberry soap.
Yeah.
A blueberry soap. All right. Well, I guess we'll try it here.
And then I also gave him one of the lemon salt things
Yes.
just to try.
It is sour. It'll get
Look
you
at
like
me being
here.
look at me being such a good friend to bring you a bowl to
You're
spit it out.
so
into.
nice.
I really am. Considerate.
Such a nice guy.
am.
Considerate. Any other games that really stood out to you? I mean, the Panthers beating the Seahawks was kind of a shocker to me.
Brock Purdy absolutely
Yeah.
undressing the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Man, that he looked amazing in that game, dude. Like,
He looked pretty
Threw
purdy.
tou- yeah, he threw. He threw 2 touchdowns, ran another one in
He threw a purdy ball.
to Ayuk, who I had on my bench.
he had a pretty good game.
How you doing over there?
Pretty good.
Fine.
Pretty
That's
sour.
kind of my reaction.
Is that purdy sour?
I mean,
This is
nothing,
pretty
nothing
bad. let me
really
tell ya.
outstanding
This
so
whole
far.
segment's pretty bad.
Nothing really outstanding so far.
No?
To be honest, yeah.
Really?
I mean, I think I got through most of.
Connor's like, I was the Warhead champion in high school. You don't even know.
I fight fires. This ain't
They don't
shit.
call me Connor the,
Fires, my God,
the
Greg.
warhead details for nothing.
Question
Let's
is, I
think
feel
here.
like something's getting hidden once I bite inside.
Oh, there's like a fizzy sour in the middle. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Don't tell him.
It's really good.
Dots on the inside. It's good.
Gotcha.
They're sour, but
Chargers beat up on the Dolphins.
yeah, they did. Justin Herbert looked phenomenal.
He's the real deal, man.
He is.
Like he is real.
Herbie
Like,
fully
that
loaded?
dude is the real deal. You know who's not the real deal? Tua. Tua is not the real deal. Did you watch that game? Bro, he looks bad. Like he looks like he's I don't know. He's just not a very good quarterback.
Tua
Like,
is also leading one of the best offenses in the league with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle that are breaking records left and right.
Yeah. So what the hell happened then? Because
Yeah,
were
so
like,
how can he be
unstoppable.
bad, but also everybody that he's throwing to, like, they're not doing all the work themselves.
So he just had a bad game.
I will say that 80% of the highlights from this year from Dolphins plays are him throwing to absolutely wide the fuck open receivers. Like, I'm
Not really.
serious.
Not really. It's wide open receiver, sure, but there's a lot of like deep balls, a lot of contested deep balls that are looking nice, especially to Jalen Waddle. Now, sure.
I mean, I could throw a nice deep ball to Jalen Waddle. So.
I don't think he could.
I think I could. Why don't you just stay your place on the offensive line and get your knee taken out and shut your mouth and let me throw the footballs?
My gosh.
Block for me, Zach.
We'll have a Heart of Ohio Sports quarterback challenge between me and Greggy.
Let's do it.
I'm going to throw it through the tire. That's one of the
I'll
challenges.
throw
Right?
this football over them there mountains.
Thanks, Uncle Rico.
Let's talk about the Heisman a minute. What do you think about Caleb Williams?
Boo.
He earned it.
Not
You
deserving.
think so?
Boo.
They had to give it to somebody. That's
Couldn't
how
even
I
beat
feel.
Utah.
It's just become a quarterback award, though. Like, it's really, it's just who's the best quarterback. I thought we already had
They should
that.
have thrown
We have the
Marvin in
Davey
there.
O'Brien Award, right?
Well, also you got to think like, who do offenses run through, and who are the most heavily recruited players? Like, it's a quarterback game,
For sure.
so of course
But
it's going to go to a quarterback unless there's
Then why do we have a Heisman trophy? Why don't we just have a quarterback trophy?
because
Like,
it wasn't always that way.
who's the best quarterback?
The game hasn't evolved. Like the awards have not evolved around the game in that way. Like
That's true.
It used to be, the Heisman went to the best player because you were running the ball and you had your tight ends and fullbacks blocking, right? And then that's
Wing T.
wing T offense, and you're giving the Heisman to him.
Connor Smith gets the Heisman in my book.
Oh, what a guy too. I wonder where he's going, if he's gonna figure out someplace to play in college.
College. But yeah,
Hey.
I don't know. Caleb Williams just, I don't know. The whole F Utah and his fingernails
Yep,
thing, like,
yep.
didn't really sit right with me. And I just never really thought he played that well up until the last
Last half of the season, he played
couple
lights out.
weeks. Yeah, the last couple weeks of the season, he
Till
played
Utah.
really well. And then that Utah game, he pissed down his leg. And I'm like,
Well, he single-handedly tricked the nation into thinking that USC is a good football team.
this is true.
Yes, he
So,
did.
Well,
so
Lincoln Riley single-handedly tricked the
Lincoln
nation.
Riley is
Lincoln
behind
Riley has
it,
now
but
coached 3 Heisman-winning quarterbacks.
I saw that.
That's incredible. That's a crazy stat.
Lincoln Riley is quarterback U. Ooh,
Unnecessary roughness.
I don't know what they're gonna get him on because now Cardinals hurt too. But no,
Austin says Corum got snubbed just like Harrison got snubbed on the Biletnikoff. I think Corum got snubbed
the problem is
because
Corum got
he
hurt.
should have
Who's the
got
one
an
that took
invite,
it?
but
he should have gotten an invite.
he should have got an invite, but I don't think he should have won the award. But I definitely think he should have been one of the 4 invited.
Yeah, he should have definitely been more
Max,
invited.
I'm sorry, Stetson had no business being there.
Not at
Stetson
all.
Bennett is like, why? I saw this guy holding the trophy, and I'm like, why is this insurance salesman at the Heisman Trophy ceremony? Like, who is this guy?
Same goes to TCU quarterback. I think the only reason why they put him in there is because of his big heart or whatever in the Big 12
Or
game.
big ears. I don't know. Like,
Their season was so risky.
I think that Big 12 championship game really helped him for sure.
Yeah, and that's the argument for Corum, right? If Corum why does Bill Belichick have the Ireland flag on his left arm? To get back to what I was saying, if Corum, we almost watched a touchdown run. If Corum plays in the Ohio State game and puts up the same numbers that the Michigan's backup running back put in that Ohio State game and did as well as he did then, I think he becomes the far and away favorite, but he just didn't play. And so you can't give it to him.
Yeah.
He
True.
He went out of the running when he got hurt, which is
That sucks.
it sucks, and he
really
probably
does.
could have won it or at least finished top 2 or 3. But it's just it's how it goes.
That's pretty much it. That's all I had for sports over the weekend. Just some, there were some clunkers. There were some good games.
Wait, I had one thing to say about Bennett. I saw this picture. I was looking it up to see here. It says Lamar Jackson won the Heisman in 16. Kyler
Dude.
Murray won it in 18. And then this year, Stetson Bennett was named a finalist, and all the quarterbacks are 25 years old.
Yes.
It's wild.
Lamar Jackson's the same age as Stetson Bennett.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Really is.
He's the Brandon Whedon of college football right now.
No!
Don't mess with my guy, Brandon.
I hate Brandon Whedon so much.
Go Pokes.
You really did hate Brandon Whedon so much, Greggy.
Okay, so
You and Tommy hated him.
Okay, so listen.
Pokes.
I'm a weirdo
Yeah, you
about
are.
my quarterbacks.
Oh.
Like they have to look cool to me. I don't know how to explain it to you. But I cannot stand a nerdy looking quarterback. I don't want a nerdy quarterback on my team. And
Well,
like,
I think he was doomed before he ever took a snap for the Browns.
Holy crap.
Because he got ran over by the flag before he ever played a snap. Remember that?
yes.
He was doomed before he
So,
ever
like-
took a snap.
So like not only was he like in the super nerd category, but then he's like old and sucked. So I'm just like, God, please get this guy off my team. And then you got Josh McCown's and like that of the world where it's just like, God, can we just have a cool quarterback one time? And then Baker showed up and I was like, man, he's so cool.
Baker was cool.
Baker was cool.
Baker is cool.
I'll
like
be
Baker
honest.
Still.
Here's
didn't have a cool
my
quarterback
honest
forever.
take on Baker. He is going to be probably one of the best analysts in football.
The dude has so much character. There's no way that he's not destined to be popular he's something.
Yes.
You know, like without a doubt.
A little bit left.
Great actor.
You've been going for it.
Probably one of the best
He's
best
an
athlete
entertainer,
actors I've
man.
ever seen. Yeah, for sure.
His progressive commercials
Oh
were
my God,
shit.
he's so
Oh,
They
come
were
on now.
so bad.
Come
dude.
on
I
now.
They were
hated them.
hilarious.
Come on
No,
now.
they were not hilarious.
Yes, they were hilarious.
Oh, I guess I got to take out the trash now.
Yes. I want to see the commercial. Yes. Woohoo! Great commercials, Baker. Hey. See, I told you they were great.
I'm like, what in the hell is going on? That was a soundbite of you. I didn't know if you made a soundbite of you. What is Greg spoken? I was like, that was fucking awesome.
Let's go, Baker!
Let's go, Baker.
He's like, all right, I'm going on vacation. Make sure you lock the keys to the
Yes,
stadium. They were
yes.
so dumb.
Austin, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I think that is what Baker is destined for.
Oh, Pat Mac.
Him and Pat McAfee co-hosting College
Holy
Game Day
shit,
together.
could you
Oh my
imagine the-
god! Oh my god! The,
The back and
ratings.
forth between those two guys.
I'm serious. It would be gold content to have those two on the same. Yeah, for sure.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I'd get up early to watch it for sure. But
Pat
yeah,
McAfee is shit talk Baker so much.
I know.
So I don't know if that's ever gonna happen.
but
maybe.
the back and forth between them
Earn
would be
his
hilarious.
respect.
Only other thing I had, off topic a little bit, but definitely not sports related, but performance enhancing drugs related. Did you guys see the Liver King
Yeah.
admitted to using steroids?
Yeah. So this is
Greg, can you believe that?
I'm like, wait a minute. He had to admit that.
That's what I'm saying. Can you believe that the Liver King was on steroids? Really?
hey man, anything is possible. So it's created this really weird fallout. So Joe Rogan put out a podcast with some fitness influencer, and they were talking about this, and then they were like, oh yeah, and also, of course, everybody else is not natty either. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, they called out. Chris Hemsworth, like they called out every like major actor in all the superhero movies.
I think I
You
might
really
have
think they
saw a
got those
clip.
bodies naturally? Come on.
Exactly. But it's creating problems for those guys who are now have to be like, no, of course I'm natural and I've never did anything. And-
Listen, The Rock can never do anything wrong with me. So.
exactly. No.
He's 100% natural. I don't care what anybody says ever.
Well, so the thing is, like,
The Rock's weird thing is those cheat days. Like,
When he eats like 12 pizzas and
Oh my
he'll-
gosh.
it's never
63
good.
pancakes.
It's
What?
always like cauliflower crust wheat pizza. Like, what in the hell are you even eating? Like,
clanging and banging, baby.
yeah, or he'll like, have a
Plated
stack of
and
pancakes this tall, and they're like wheat bran.
protein powder pancakes.
Yeah, it's like, what are you even? That's not even cheating. Like, what are you doing?
I fucking love The Rock.
Just because you ate 20 of them doesn't mean it's cheating. Anyways, but no, that's yeah, it's creating a problem. I can see that.
it's creating a problem for all those guys. And I think what's the like, I don't know what the big problem is with steroids in the sense of if you're not competing,
Yeah.
if you're not an athlete, like who cares? Be open and honest. And that way you're not like messing with teenage boys' mentality thinking that they can be possible to be that big and not be on steroids.
All you got to do is eat bull testicles and raw liver.
Exactly. So like I have no, I don't understand, especially with the stuff that they're doing. They're doing like human growth hormone and testosterone replacement. It's not even like injecting illegal butt drugs.
No, it's TRT. There's a lot of people on TRT right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody's on TRT.
yeah.
You down with TRT?
I mean, I would be if I had the money. I mean, I'd be looking jacked if I had that kind of money. I mean, I'm going on 40, so
I gotta go to the gym.
I can't really just like step into the gym and just look like that naturally.
It's awfully
so.
funny to me that Zach's over there advocating for the use of steroids and is heading to the gym after this podcast.
No, I did say that. No, I'm a fat piece of shit. I gotta go to the gym. No, but you know, and it's funny, like looking at like The Rock, how he looked at 28 versus how he looks at 40 whatever, however old he is. And it's just, he's so much like insanely bigger.
Greg,
Hard work and dedication.
Greg,
What?
pull up a picture of Sylvester Stallone.
Like right now?
Like right now. Like current picture of Sylvester Stallone. And then he is what, 72, I think? 72 years old, Sylvester Stallone? I'm pretty sure he is 72 years old. I'm going to look that up right now. But this dude is a marvel. And he's on every, I mean, TRT, HGH, anything you can possibly think of. And he's jacked. Like, that dude's 73.
Oh my God.
Like, look at he didn't even look 50.
Let me see if I can pull that up here.
But yeah, it's just I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying. Like, you say, I don't have any problems with people doing HGH or TRT, whatever.
They,
as long
they
as you're not
injected that.
competing.
They injected that stuff straight into Peyton Manning's forehead.
Yeah,
you know,
well, yeah, obviously.
Oh my god.
Oh, I forgot Broncos fan over here.
No, it's just funny.
oh, you gotta pick that.
Did you see Davis Mills got the start for Houston this past weekend? And then,
Nice.
Long neck.
wasn't very long before the next quarterback was up.
Broke my horse.
Still waiting for that giraffe fight.
Yeah, look at that. Look at
Who
look
is
at Sylvester Stallone, dude. Like, he is 72 years old. Like, damn. That's ridiculous.
Trying to squeeze his muscle.
Oh, you just
And
squeezed the top
anybody
of my
who's
head.
out there saying that, oh, there's something wrong with him doing whatever, like,
Just put
dude,
your arm down, Zach.
come on. Like, who wouldn't want to look like that at 72 years old?
You gotta.
Look at that python.
Damn, Zach.
Jeez.
Flexing, bro. Jesus.
You gotta put it.
Flex.
You gotta like
Jesus.
superimpose it before me in the layer, and it's a whole mess.
You ever seen that episode of Rogan where he was talking about Sylvester Stallone being like the alpha dog on the set of The Expendables?
Yo, Adrian.
How like The Expendables was like every major
Yep.
action star of every action movie ever. And Stallone, they said, was like the alpha of all of the alphas. Like, they were like, he walked in a room and everybody just kind of, yeah. It's just crazy.
That's my Stallone impression. Is that pretty good?
Yeah, it's pretty spot on. Pretty spot on. RT is coming through.
It's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back home.
Rocky.
Rocky.
Yeah, it did.
I did it.
I did.
Oh,
Fourth down, stop.
what'd I tell you? Stay away from Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood.
right
What are my points at? Not great.
All right, guys.
Well, hold on. Let's get my
By-
fantasy
Well,
update.
By
let's
the
go
way,
on.
by the way, Nate,
We're already over an hour and 50 minutes now.
And we
So.
started a half hour late. I am.
How does that change how long we've been on?
No, it's just we're here so late. I am down 90 to 107. So I need 17 points left from the defense of the kicker. ESPN is giving me a 35% chance to win.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
You're telling me if you can't.
So sour update on
Who?
that.
What?
That
The
sour
sour,
update.
yeah?
It didn't phase me.
Try
Didn't
the
phase
lemon
it.
salt.
The lemon
Have you tried
salt?
the lemon salt? The lemon salt?
No.
Lemon.
Yeah, give that a try.
Give this.
That's got a little bit of a.
It's different. It's not good.
Yeah, it's not really that good.
No.
Now, for whatever reason, those were really popular when I was in school.
These things here.
I don't know why, but they
Back
were really
in
popular.
1970.
95. Close enough.
I guess Nate went to school and never, because they were never popular. What the hell are you talking about? I've never even heard of these things before.
Put the whole thing in your mouth?
Well, yeah,
That's what
but no-
Steyer did.
And he regretted it.
He did regret it. Steyer was like, oh, I only did it because I thought you were gonna do it. I just took a little pinch. He goes,
I
didn't
just
say
like
that.
put it in my palm and went, eh.
That's what I did, and Steyer ate 2 of them.
Oh my God. 2 of them.
Yeah, no.
He almost overdosed on salt.
That would be good with a margarita. You know?
Sure, or like a Corona
Be an
rim.
interesting
Yeah.
flavor.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Guys, anything else before we wrap this up? I'm trying to keep these podcasts under 2 hours, so if we could.
Chess boxing. There's a big old chess boxing event last night. That went-
Really?
the biggest chess boxing event in history.
What is chess boxing?
Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. So there is a round of chess and then a round of boxing. So these 2 guys in like wrapped hands, right? They sit down and they wear these noise canceling headphones and they sit at a chessboard and they're playing chess. And then after a minute 30, they lift the chessboard out of the ring, put on boxing gloves, and they beat the shit out of each other. And then they go back to playing chess. And you either lose by decision, knockout, or checkmate, or timeout. And it was a huge event last night, and it was phenomenal to watch.
That's pretty interesting.
What weird sports subscriptions do you have that you're watching this shit on?
This
You
was
and your
for free on YouTube. Last night. The mogul chess boxing. It was-
Austin says, I thought you said chest boxing. I was so confused as to where that was going to go.
yeah, no, they play chess.
Well, if it
and they
was
box.
chest boxing, we'd probably have a champion on our staff here.
On chess boxing, I would have already been watching that. I wouldn't have had to ask him where to find that at.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but yeah, it was like the highest ever. They got like a grandmaster and an international master to play. It was the highest rated chess boxing event. So the best chess, all amateur boxers. They got some like YouTube.
The best chest.
chess.
The
That's not what
breast chest.
That's not what I'm saying, guys. Listen, I'm talking about chess.
chest. No, they got a
That's
bunch of
pretty cool, though.
They got a bunch of streamers and YouTubers that do the undercard, and the best fight of the night was between a female chess streamer and then a female grandmaster, and it was a really, really exciting. And all the clips are for free on YouTube, so it was a exciting little thing.
I'll be damned.
Yeah,
I'll have to go check that out.
Interesting.
do it.
Chess boxing.
Yeah.
There you have it, folks.
Cade
You
Cunningham
heard
out
it.
for the year.
You heard it.
Good. Sit, rest.
Who's out for the year?
Cade Cunningham,
NBA.
Uh-oh.
Oklahoma State, Detroit Piston, future greatest player of all time. He's out for the year with a shin surgery.
Ouch.
Was
All right. Well, yeah, it was chest boxing. No.
I mean, he said there was 2 females in a good match. So.
Oh, hey now. Hey now, Greggy.
I'm not the one that commented that.
Hey now, Greggy.
Hey now, Austin.
I do have couple little things to share before we get off here.
I got
Tomorrow. What's that?
I was just gonna say when we're ready to go, I got a little video for one of your favorite things to show.
Oh, okay. I like that. Tomorrow we'll be broadcasting high school basketball. That's right. Columbian girls in action versus Upper Sandusky. 7:30 tip-off right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Tune in as it'll be myself and who else is on the call with me? Greggy, you and me on the call tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Just like
you,
old
me, and
times.
Gino.
oh yeah.
Excited. Gino's first game doing camera for us
I don't
here.
think I've met Gino.
Gino, he's deaf, so it'll be interesting.
Okay.
He's awesome. Great guy. Did a great job for us at the MMA event. He did camera for us there, him and Austin. Austin's another one. I don't think you've met her as well. She's been commenting on our
No,
video
I
all
have.
night.
Yeah, in the studio.
Did you meet her?
Yep.
Yeah, so a couple new additions to the Hoos family. Gino Botten, he did a great job. I'm looking forward to working with him. It's going to be a little bit different, obviously, with the hearing impairment. We'll have to figure out a way to best work with it because it's just presents new challenges. That's all, but we'll get around it. I think it's going to work out just fine. I think, if anything, I'll just text him.
Get yourself
You
a
know?
whiteboard.
Well, yeah, get a whiteboard. Everything will be fine. I think he does a great job, and he's really looking forward to it. So once again, tomorrow, tune in as Tiffin Columbian girls take on Upper Sandusky. 7:30 tip-off right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And then we have another game coming to you live this week as Thursday night. Tune in, Tiffin Calvert versus Hopewell Loudon. That game coming to you live as I believe that's me on the call, right?
It's you and Tommy.
Me and Tommy and Connor.
Here we go.
There we go. All right. So once again, 2 high school basketball games this week. Tiffin Columbian girls and Calvert boys both on the slate for this week. Now, Greggy, you said you had something queued up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you did.
Sorry, his favorite thing.
Something you've been hiding all episode?
All right, so in honor of Baker's big 98-yard touchdown drive, that he had,
Oh, here we
we're gonna
go.
show our favorite Baker headbutting people,
Oh, here we go.
and then we'll go ahead and do this.
Break it down.
We've got some video of him celebrating at the end of the game.
This is ridiculous.
I mean, Ryan, what would you say if your quarterback wanted to headbutt you? You're gonna get nuked.
Well, the notable Baker Mayfield did not play in the game, so
Let's go.
If you keep talking over it, you can't get copyrighted.
this is ridiculous.
Keep making noise.
My favorite headbutt's coming up.
Ryan,
Come
what
on,
would you
use the
say
slow
if
motion
your
headbutt at the
quarterback
end.
wanted to
Come on.
headbutt you without a helmet?
Slow motion headbutt.
That's from the
Well,
Rams
the
game.
notable Baker Mayfield did not play in the game,
Yeah, I
so
got them both in here. Right there. We get out of here.
It's like going up for a soccer header.
At the end of the game.
All right, on
This
that
is
note,
ridiculous.
guys, thanks for
I
tuning
mean,
in. If you made it this far,
Ryan, what
share
would
the
you
video,
say if
like,
your
follow,
quarterback
subscribe,
wanted
all
to headbutt you
platforms.
without a helmet
For
on?
Zach Dillon, Connor Roush,
well, the
and Greg Kidd, I'm
notable
Nate
Baker
Moen
Mayfield
signing
did
off.
not play in the
You're watching
game,
the
so
Pulse here on Heart of Ohio Sports.